Breathtaking is the word that describes the view from One World Trade Center, 102 stories above Manhattan Island. From there, I looked down into the harbor at the Statue of Liberty and reflected on my 9/11 experience. Formerly known as the Freedom Tower, it stands next to the memorial that marks the site of the World Trade Center tragedy and is the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Although the visit marked my first time in the area in 20 years, memories of the sights, sounds, smells, and feelings are still vivid. On that morning of September 11th, 2001, I enjoyed an exchange of text messages with my son, who sat in his college dorm room in Boston. I looked out of the window of my home at a beautiful blue sky and anticipated a quiet and relaxing day. Minutes later, the sound of twin-engine fighter jets flying low overhead caught my attention. I turned on the radio and heard news reporters describe the first hit on Tower 1. I turned on the TV and saw shocking pictures. Army personnel were already on the scene. The next day, I was at Ground Zero and stayed till early the next morning. I felt grateful for the opportunity to participate in some small way. Being there helped me accept the shocking reality of what had happened. I'll always remember the extraordinary camaraderie, faith, love, and determination displayed when people of different races, faiths, and social backgrounds came together to fight a common enemy and recognize their shared humanity. I will also remember feelings of profound sadness. I thought about my son and how he loved New York. So, at midnight of September 12, 2001, on West Street, I sat on a curb and thought, this is my son's turn to see tragedy on a massive scale. How will he define it for himself? At one of several Salvation Army canteen trucks, uniformed Salvationists laid out supplies for the long haul. Spotlights kept them visible in the night. Everybody wore a mask to protect them from the dusty and contaminated air. Workers who had met only that morning developed an emotional and psychological bond that was frequently sealed at a canteen. Bravo Group was one such team. They volunteered for service the morning following the attack and worked all day, clearing rubble and searching for survivors. By nightfall, they were exhausted. Ash and smoke covered them from their hard hats to the melted soles of their steel-toed boots. As the 9 men emerged from darkness and into the light near the canteen on West Street, their expressions of hope were as bright as the floodlights that illuminated the area. Cadets from the Salvation Army's College for Officer Training prepared plates of food for the men as they shared stories about the rescue effort. They thanked the cadets, hoisted their gear, and marched back into the darkness. On another day, I stood on the balcony of the American Express building. I had a sobering choice. I could look down into the city to my left, see the smoldering remains of the towers, and believe hope was lost. Or I could look to my right, into the blue harbor, and admire the iconic statue that has, since the end of the Civil War, promised freedom and hope to people here in this country and the world over. If you had a chance to define the word 9/11, how would you do it? What would you tell your children about it? For me, it will always mean a time of extraordinary camaraderie, faith, love, and determination, when people of different races, faiths, and social backgrounds came together to face great odds and who were determined to survive the worst the enemy had to offer.